It do be going.
How the fuck did everything end up like this then?
It's a very vague question. Or I don't know what you mean.
Everyone being demoted, fucking talks about another fucking group being looked at or some shit.
Excuse me? I mean group being looked at.
I know, I heard mention that there was talk about a second fucking chapter or some shit.
Kind of the first I've heard about it.
I just want to know how the fuck it ended up like this. Where everyone's just kind of fucking got the shits with each other.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. From my side, I just do what I've always done and just progressively got worse. Don't have an, or didn't have a particular massive issue with anybody until a point, and everything after the game, as Simon says, I mean, that really doesn't matter. Because everything just went up in the air after that.
Yeah, I'm aware. Why was he the one going around on your behalf talking to everyone about the Reaper vote?
But even on my behalf. I told him
People
about it
about
and
the
he
Reaper
said, do
vote?
you want this to be like common knowledge? And I said, yeah, sure. It's not on my behalf. Sure shit, like, after Shang yelled it in my face, when he walked out of the bar, he yelled at Tally and Ed that, hey, make sure the club knows about this. So it wasn't a secret. So I didn't instruct anybody to tell anybody anything on my behalf. He just asked if it was to be common knowledge, and I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or ask him, he's the one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get hold of him as well. Have you been trying to avoid the club?
Have I been trying to avoid the club? No.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I avoid the club? What has the club done wrong?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around fucking all this. From the shit I've been told, I want to fucking speak to everyone.
Okay. It seems like you've been told a lot.
I have. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
That's why I'm
I'm not gonna ask you who or what, or like, you have to tell me. I'm kind of done with these accusations of like I go on hills or talk to people one-on-one and manipulate them. I'm kind of like, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of done with that shit. So if you have something on your mind, I need you to ask me plain and straight. I will give you an answer, and then that's kind of just going to be it. Because I can't go through this bullshit of being accused of manipulating people in my own club that I care about, that I've given, like, I don't know how much time I've given to just the morale and the people's lives in this club, and then to have that all used against me as me getting close to them for certain reasons. I can't be fucked with it. So if you, and I mean this in the politest way possible, if you have a question, ask me it. They're just black and white, because that's what I'll deal in. No smoke and mirrors, no hiding shit from you. If you have a question, ask it.
Okay. Have you been dodging Ed and Shang's phone calls?
What, recently or ever?
Recently.
No. The last phone call I had from Ed was when Shang had said that he cannot see a way past killing me, and I had a conversation with Ed then, and then I haven't had a phone call from that I'm aware of. Like, maybe I was asleep, but I haven't had a phone call from either of them since that.
Have you reached out to them?
Reached out to both of them
Yeah. Recently.
recently. No.
Why?
Well, there's no need to reach out to Shang when he's past the point of any talking or anything and just wants to kill me. Ed, just I haven't had a reason to talk to him. Plus, I don't really see him that much. He is very much on the other side of the clock compared to me.
So have you just kind of given up?
Have I given up?
Yeah.
That's vague again. What, in what way? Have I given up on them?
Yeah, given up on them.
I mean, there's nothing to give up on Ed, and Shang already gave up on me with no evidence or anything. So, like, I didn't state that I couldn't be in this club with Shang. I wanted him dead. He did that.
I'm aware. I know. Look, I'm gonna be honest. The way I see it, the way it kind of comes across to me, at least, it just, in a way, comes across as if you've just kind of rolling over.
Rolling over. What? In this moment now, like, what? If you put yourself in my shoes, what is there to do?
Fucking push. Prove those fucking what you're saying allegations, accusations, fucking wrong. Stop giving him shit to, fuel that.
Okay. Just I have to, because I'll address. I'm not going to cut you off, but I will address.
No.
Accusations is the shit I've been dealing with for months from them, and I've defended myself. They have no proof of anything that they say. Like, have you been shown a shit of proof?
Which it depends on the accusation.
You tell me, what accusations have you heard?
Lack of communication. Severe lack, which has led to all this shit. Seems like it stemmed from the whole fucking VP vote.
So that has nothing to do with me. Shang told me around Christmas that he was going to go for VP, and I said, "Yeah, grand." I had a conversation with him about an hour on the roof, you know, and I put pressure on him. I was like, asking him, I was like, "What are you going to do better? What are you going to do more than what you're doing right now as in high command? Because like you have all the power in the world to do whatever you want. Because for the best part of a year, I've kept VP and high command very close to the same level. Like they didn't have any power that I had." Or that I was like flexing that they couldn't just do. So I wanted to know what he was going to do with it. And he struggled to answer any of my questions. Now, obviously, you have to take my word on that. I can't go through the details of it. It's like 6 months ago. But I didn't destroy the communication between them. I didn't make it difficult for him. Me and Shang don't get on a personal level. I don't like the guy on a personal level. I don't have to like a guy on a personal level, but I still work with him. I've always done that. And once again, like, and this is why for all the shit I get for like talking to people one-on-one, this is why I actually hate doing it. Because what I'm saying is definitely not what anybody else is saying. So you have to sit there with two sides of the story and get completely twisted up about it. I can still very much work with people. I know, I can very much work with people, and I have all the way up to this point, who I don't particularly get along with, or I don't see on a personal level. There's a lot of people in the club that I don't see on a personal level. It doesn't change anything.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah. If it changed,
like
if it changed anything, I would have been shot months ago. Anybody would.
One sec. Can I call you back in a sec, Finn? Yeah, easy done. Catch ya. I don't know. What is it? Is it important? Ah, shit. Alright, all good. Catch ya. What was it? Because you guys are all command now because you weren't able to come to a conclusion on the VP vote, yeah?
Essentially, yeah. Which I have my own issues with that I will bring to Barry when I talk to him. But essentially, yes.
Have you been trying to reach out to Barry?
No, honestly, no, because I wanted to collect my thoughts before I talked to him. I wanted to make sure I knew what I was wanting to say, because obviously it's quite a big conversation to have.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all honesty, neither of us have reached out to one another. But like, to touch on the, the rolling over into accusations, and I haven't just rolled over. This is something I've been dealing with probably maybe about a month before the whole VP stuff is where it all really started kicking off, and I haven't changed how I've acted the entire time.
I'll be honest, I've seen you.
Go on. No, go on.
I know. I'll be honest, I haven't really been around at all until I've had someone say, hey, having a chat. You usually do your little thing on Twitter, you usually fucking advertise on Lemon List, your little symbol up on the board. I've had no clue. It's just
In what
like,
time frame?
fuck, since everyone got squished. Actually, a couple months now.
A couple months. You're saying I haven't been around in a couple months, really?
I'm pretty fucking blind to time, but yeah.
Because like,
feels.
I mean, I can say the same about. I could, in all honesty, I won't even say you, right? I could say the same about Ed. I barely see Ed. He's never around at all. But he is, right? because he's not around when I'm around. I don't I don't get this whole pointing the fucking finger at me of saying I'm not around. And I'm getting really fucking sick and tired of it.
It's more so like a known presence, right?
A known, okay. What do you mean?
Making your fucking presence known. Like, as I said the other day, I didn't even know you were around till someone's like, hey, I'm having a chat with him. I'm like, fuck, I've been trying to reach out to you like fucking daily for what? Past month, I think, was when I sent you that first text. Like, I've been checking Lemon List constantly. I've been checking that fucking board. I've been checking Twitter.
I mean, I don't really want to sit here and just give you excuses, so I don't. I have my defenses. I have been around. I'll be honest. Maybe I'll know the only one that will think this way. Of a pinch of salt needs to be taken, since everything in the past month has been a complete hell. So, I would ask, I would hope that just for a moment, people could take a step back and really think about what has happened in the past 6 weeks.
Our PM's gone missing. Club's fucking
Just before
struggling
that,
financially.
I get told that something I talked about with a chaplain, without talking to me first or anything, gets pulled into a meeting, and it was suddenly exactly what I was thinking in that moment, and the stuff that I was planning to do. In reality, I had a spur of the moment thought that I spoke in confidence to a chaplain. That got aired out as misconstrued in another way, and it still is. No matter how much I say the same thing, or no matter how much I defend myself, right? And I want you to think about this for a moment. You say there, let's say you do something, and you're the only person that knows what you did exactly, right? And then somebody else finds out, and no matter what you tell them, they misconstrue it constantly. No matter how many times you say the same thing, how many you explain yourself over and over the exact same way, you keep hearing either this misconstrued way, or it's slightly different every single time, and it's still being used against you. Like, just genuinely, how would that make you feel?
Be frustrating. I've
Yeah.
been through that. I fucking pushed through it. I went through that for almost a fucking year in BBMC.
Island.
Continuously being knocked down by the same fucking person. Having multiple chats. Trying to get through fucking bullshit, thrown my way.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the way to put it is people are going to look more so to those that they see leaders and take whatever they say as fucking gospel, right? The person in my situation was seen as, I guess, higher ranking than me. So I was quite fucking downtrodden, right? Not same situation, but again, with the presence, Shane and Ed have quite a heavy club presence. So it's going to be hard to fight that without a club presence.
I'm sorry, I can't take it that as I don't have a club presence, because I just in all honesty, I can't share my actual opinion on what may be happening, because it's just going to seem like I'm shit talking or whatever. Like, I don't know what you expect me to say. You're telling me I don't have a club presence, when in reality, like, I rarely see yourself, depending on what times we wake up. I rarely see Ed, who has all the stuff to say about me, but I barely see him because I don't say he's not around. I don't dog on him. I know he's not around when I'm not, or when I'm around. And I know Shang is around all the time. He'll be around more than I will be, because I don't have the same level of time or to be around every single time that he is. I refuse to take that I don't have a club presence. But at the end of the day, that's your opinion.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
This chat is actually so, like, pointless. From Sean's perspective, which is,
I don't know. I guess I'm. I don't know. I think I thought I was going to see more push for you to dispel this shit. Understand the way to talk to Barry part and all that, but way to talk to Barry doesn't stop people from chatting. And
well, I'm not going to stop people from chatting if they choose whatever they choose to chat about.
I'm not saying to stop them from chatting, but if the whatever narrative's been spun is wrong, it's kind of letting it go.
Well, ultimately, whatever narrative's being spun, I'm going to think of it from like a club aspect, right? Because I can say I'm not doing that. I don't know what you're referencing earlier. I did, I checked in with Flop because I haven't actually spoken to him. That's someone I haven't spoken to in months, so I checked in with him. And I will apologize to you. I do remember seeing that text. I completely forgot about it. And any other times where maybe you've asked me to talk, maybe I pushed it aside. I do apologize. Wasn't doing it intentionally. But in terms of the narratives being spun, no narratives should be spun. No no theories, no this, that, or the other, because at the end of the day, nobody has a decision to make but Barry. So I'm confused as to what you're hearing.
The stuff that you told me, like Ed going around talking shit like that. Same with Shang. Like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's because my own experiences. I find it hard to wrap my head around why you're so fucking seemingly chill about it. Because I know when I went through that fucking shit.
I'm not chill about it. No, hang on. I'm not chill about it, Rue. I've dealt with this shit for nearly a year already, okay? So talking to these people, which I have done constantly, I've repeated these same excuses or the same answers every time. I've given these people pure honesty from me, which is something I for my own personal life, should never have to fucking do. I don't go digging into other people's personal lives. I ask them if they're okay, and that's it. But I've had to air out pretty much everything personal about me to try and convince these people, as I'm not this big bad guy who's trying to manipulate everyone. And what have they done with it? They've just stabbed me in the back with it over and over and over. So I've done my fighting with them. I have no need to talk to Shang since he wants to fucking kill me. And if Ed is still spinning a narrative when at the end of the day, none of these people have a choice anymore. It's just Barry. I need to explain myself to Barry when I will, when the time comes. I have not done nothing. I've not just sat there and been chill about these people just talking utter fucking nonsense. And I'm not a saint. It's not that I've not done wrong. I've definitely snapped at them when I shouldn't have. I apologize for it. I've definitely had my moments, just like they have had, and I've owned up to them. And in those moments where I own up to them and I give them honesty, I then hear it back from other club members of slightly construed or done in a different way, or they just didn't bother listening to what I was saying and then took parts of it. And in all honesty, Rue, if that threat wasn't made, and if Shang didn't just say, "Oh, I want him dead. I can't see anything going past it without him being dead," I would still not think that way to them. I would still get past it, and I would still move forward with the club, because I can get past my personal issues with people for the betterment of the club. Even after all that shit. So it's not that I'm rolling over and showing my belly and I'm not fighting. I have to talk to Barry. And I'm not going to go around to club members shit talking them or spinning a narrative about them, because it does nothing but damage the club and unsettles the club and puts shit feelings and rumors and ideas into club members that ultimately they don't have a say in it.
I think what I'm also referring to is, are you trying to push for VP again, or anything that kind of form?
I don't even know what's on the table. I can't even answer that. I still see myself as what I've always been up to this point. If somebody could sit down next to me and say, like, right here, I want your spot, right? Here's why I do. Here's where I think you falter or whatever, and you know, and I would go through it with them. I'd talk to them. I'd give them that time to talk to me through it, like I did with Shang. And if I feel like they're not hitting the right marks or they're not saying it, then I'll fight them on it. I have said from the beginning, when I started this with Barry, is that if there's somebody who is better for it than I am, I will step down. I have always said that. Because the club has always been the one that matters. I gave my life to this club. I gave my personal life to this club. I've given pretty much every cent I've ever earned to this club. I'm still in debt because every job or anything that I do, I just give to the club. So I can understand, I guess, from your perspective, that it doesn't look like I'm out here fighting or whatever, but in reality, I'm just not
I mean,
spinning shitty narratives.
yeah, I get that. I guess it's more so like actions speak louder than words, right?
Right. So I can't take a small bit of personal time in that regard. Because if we want to like talk about like breaks and, well, let's like talk about breaks or like people not being around, right? Like people have disappeared for weeks on end.
Yeah.
But my the smallest absence, or a small absence compared to some others, it is in the crosshairs of everybody, ready to fucking shoot at. And maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe you're talking about the club presence again, which I can understand.
club presence. If
Like,
you're around and not making your presence known to the club, that's where the actions speak louder than words is coming in, right? So, for example, you. I guess the best way to explain it, you had the raise your hand if you think Barry should step down. People who raise their hand are doing the club fucking presence thing right now. And you can see how that would propel, say, if the wrong narrative is being pushed right now. So at the moment, people are essentially putting unnecessarily causing more fucking possible damage. And honestly, club presence would really fucking help that and help dispel that if that is the case.
right. And on the other hand, I'm not gonna. This isn't to personally defend anybody, right? But on the other hand, fuck, I lost my point. Shit. Never mind. My fucking ADHD just zinged right past me. Sorry.
No, fine. It's just incredibly fucking frustrating from my point of view looking at all this shit.
I think that's the difficulty that everybody will have. The thing with ADMC is not one person is the same as the other. They all have unique perspectives, they all have unique histories, they all have stuff that they would do different compared to what they see other people doing. Like, you can judge those for taking time or not wanting to be around or just needing whatever they are doing, whether they're not even, whether they're staying in their apartments, whether they're hanging out with other people, whether they're doing whatever. I understand that you will have, and they will understand that you will have your perspective on what you think the damage is doing. But there's just so much going on that, you know, it's hard to say. I mean, I only can go off of your judgment on it, right? And I can understand it to a point, but I can also probably understand if I was to talk to any of the people that you're thinking of or anybody who is doing it, they would have, you know, they would have their own points of view. They'd have their own things that they're dealing with.
I mean, they would, but at the same time, I feel like right now is where you want to fucking show what you're here for, given all the shit that we're going through.
Yeah. Once again, I can understand that point. But I can also understand wanting either time for yourself or time away when all you hear is narratives being spun about you.
I don't know. That's the way I look at it. Maybe I've just got a fucking thick skull because of the shit I
No,
put up with.
I'm not saying your view is wrong. I'm just saying everyone will have their excuses, their viewpoints, their reasoning for whatever. And then everybody will have their judgments of that. It just makes it, you know, difficult and extremely frustrating. I'm agreeing with you. I've never really known what the fix is for that. And then with this, everything going on, it makes that fix very, very difficult to find.
Yeah. I'm fucking disappointed. Very disappointed.
I don't know what to tell you.
But I don't know. You can only do so much. In some aspects, I find it a bit cowardly.
you said. You're entitled to your opinion.
I'm gonna head out.
I wonder why like these conversations are such a waste of time. Like, like she literally just called Sean a coward. Like she's like, oh, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say anything, but holy fuck, some characters. By the way, I love QD. Before anyone thinks this is a fucking OOC thing. Goodbye.